Friday deals. So we have a new company called Integrity Cleaning, not to be confused with Integrity Window Cleaning, but he actually was referred over by Chisholm. Kind of funny. Anyway, so Integrity Cleaning, he does carpet cleaning. He is in Washington. He uses House Call Pro. So just wanted to go over a few things. He doesn't do in-home estimates except for commercial. If it's commercial, do schedule 1 hour estimate. But for everything else, you just schedule the actual cleaning. He'd like us to give him at least a day in between. So schedule 2 days in advance. So for instance, if they call in Wednesday, don't schedule them till Friday. And except for the commercial estimates, those can be done same day or as soon as possible. Those are really important to him. So there's a few questions he wants to be sure us ask on each of these calls. For instance, how many areas do you need cleaned? He does his pricing based on area, not square footage. And so an area is a room, stairs, or hallway. Those are all one area. If they're concerned about the room size, basically you can tell them that it counts up to a 12 by 12, but to take that with a grain of salt because they do give a little leeway with that. It's just that they're not going to count a huge 700 square foot room or maybe a great room that's a living room and dining room combined as one room or one area. So they, in most cases, unless they have a huge home, it shouldn't be a problem. Then he does charge additional for treating pet urine. If they're unsure if they have any pet urine to treat, he can do an investigation with a black light and then let them know. So the way he does that pricing is it's $75 per gallon of treatment. They don't need to use a whole gallon. He'll just charge them, for instance, like $10. If it's one spot, it probably is just going to be $10 worth. So on average, it takes about 6 to 8 spots to for 1 gallon, just depending how big they are. And again, it's not a minimum. And then he would like us to ask if they'd like to add on Scotchgard. It's $10 an area, or if they're getting furniture cleaned, it's $10 per piece of furniture. And just to let them know, it helps prevent the stains from setting in as easily, and it helps the cleaning last longer. And then just as a note, he doesn't move furniture, but a good way for us to say that is just to say, most of our customers leave their big furniture where it is, since it's usually there for a long time, and they only move their smaller nightstands and things. But if you'd like to get everything moved, please just be sure it's moved to a kitchen floor or a hard service in advance. So what he wants to make sure is some people will just want to move the furniture to a different part of the room and then slide it back, and that doesn't work because he does a pre-treatment that needs to set for 15 minutes, so it take twice as long to clean the whole room, and we don't want to charge them double the price if they're moving the furniture from side to side. So it just works best to move the furniture to hard floor if they want to move it. Okay, the other important thing is he does have a tall truck. It's 9 feet tall, so if they're in an apartment or somewhere where there might be a carport, he needs to make sure there's a place he can park and get in without a covering. If not, then just tell him, unfortunately, he won't be able to service them. He doesn't want to waste their time or his by going somewhere where he won't be able to get his truck. He won't park anywhere illegally, so he needs to make sure that he can park and access the house. Also, it needs to be within 30 feet of the front door so he can get in. So again, if they're at an apartment and if they have assigned parking, just make sure it's that close. If they don't have assigned parking, what he recommends they do is maybe park in the spot right by the front door, either the morning of or the night before, so that they can be sure to get that spot. So that's important things to remember if they live in an apartment, for instance, if they give you an apartment number. Scheduling's on House Call Pro, so I know we're pretty good with that. Here's his username and password. He works from 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, and then on Saturday from 8 to 2. But he prefers to not work Saturdays if he doesn't have to, so try to schedule the Monday, Friday as much as possible, and only Saturday if nothing else is available. Book appointment for 2 hours. That's for all the cleaning appointments, and that's going to include the travel. And we already said schedule 2 days in advance. So the way he does it, he has 3 appointment arrival times. This is kind of like Nelson's Plumbing, that he has 3 times. So there's an 8 o'clock appointment, and that's going to be right at 8 because it's his first one. Then the other ones, it's a 2-hour window. So then the second appointment is between 10:30 and 12:30, and the third appointment is between 1 and 3. So you would either schedule an 8 o'clock or schedule an appointment that he'll arrive sometime between 10:30 and 12:30 or 1 to 3, and then schedule each of these for 2 hours for the cleaning. On Fridays, since he closes earlier, it's just the first 2 times that are available for him to clean. Again, if it's commercial, book a 1-hour estimate. You can book it at any of these times, or you can also book it from 4 to 5. But you can schedule a specific time in this time block. Like for instance, you could schedule at 4:30 p.m. that he would come and do the estimate, and you can do same day for those again. Okay, the pricing, it is a minimum of $129. $129 gets you 3 areas cleaned, and again, an area is a room, a hallway, or stairs. Then it's $30 for each additional area after that. And then furniture is a sectional is $199, $149 for a sofa, $99 for a chair. He lives close to Oregon, but he does not service in Oregon. So these are the cities he does service. They're all within 8 miles of each other, so they're pretty close. But just be sure he doesn't go to Oregon. Fun facts, their taxes are apparently way higher than anyone else. So anyway, okay, if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks so much.